Hello Minecrafters, my name is Monday and welcome back to Let's Survive Minecraft. This is episode 5 and in today's episode we are looking at the enchantment called Mending and how to get it and how to use it. Mending is one of the most important and most powerful enchantments we can get. As you maybe have already noticed, I have done some adjustments to our XP farm as well as our enchantment setup. I've been working hard in between episodes while collecting XP, upgrading our XP farm. I have built an upstairs enchantment setup as well. Upstairs we have built our enchantment setup. This is looking really cool because it's part of the cave. We also have some additional storage, some decoration, lots of bookshelves. I definitely want to build some more bookshelves so it looks like a library. We have made a really cool cave with some tripstone, some moss blocks, some lava. And back here, this was an already existing cave that I turned into a lush cave. I still need some glowberries that I hope we will find in today's episode inside an abandoned mineshaft. As well, downstairs I have built a small collective area with chests that will collect all the bones and all the bows which we should use because we can combine bows and make a full repaired bow. This is very simple. All we have to go is up here to our working station, which we have built as well, storage and our crafting table. All we have to do is go into our crafting table, combine the bows, and as you can see, they are getting better already until we have a completely repaired bow. To repair an enchanted bow, of course, we need to use our anvil. And here we go. But this is not the best enchantment, but I guess it's better than nothing. In today's episode, I also would like to get some diamond armor and enchant some armors as well. So before we do that, I really think we need to get started on our mending enchantments. And for this, we need to go back to our main base. Alright, we are back at our base and let's talk mending. Maybe before we do that, I gotta eat because I ran quite a bit of a way back to our base. Alright, so mending, like I mentioned, is an important and very powerful enchantment that we need to add to our tools, weapons, armor, and elytra once we get it. And what it does is it will repair our tools and weapons with XP. So every time we break a block and we get XP, every time we kill a skeleton and get XP, we will repair our tools and weapons that have mending on them. Now, the sad thing about mending is that we cannot get mending on our enchantment table. The only way to get mending is by trading it with a librarian villager or finding a tool or weapon in a chest with mending on it already. But it's really hard to find a librarian villager that has mending already as a trade. So we need to create one. And that's the reason why we were securing some of the villagers earlier in the game. Now our plan is to bring a villager to our base here, turning him into a librarian villager with the mending trade. But first, I would like to build the villager a house where the villager can live in the future, and where we can go and trade with him. So let's go! Check it out, I did upgrade our cow farm just a little bit. And yeah, let's go and find a spot. I think I have found the perfect spot for our mending villager. And I would like to build a little bit of a house, kind of like a tower, just right out here on the ocean. And the reason for that is our village is over there. And the easiest way to bring a villager is in a boat. We can just go over the ocean and we can get him into the building very easy. So let's get building. So here we go, our house for our mending villager. I used copper for our roof. This is the first time I used copper for a roof, and I think I will let it oxidize and get it green, and we'll see how it looks at this point. I also will plan on building some sort of marina around this tower. But at this point, I'm going to leave it. The reason is, and I'm using iron door, so the villager at some point will not be able to come out. So the reason is I built this little hole here in the building to get the villager into the building. And upstairs we have his living area. Not much space. I will definitely put a slab here, which will prevent him from going down, but we can go down by crouching. This way our villager will not be able to run away, and we'll be able to trade with him for the rest of the time we are in our world. So next we have to get our villager. For this, we need a boat to transport him to our base. And all we have to do at this point is go and find a villager. Here we go. All we had to do is place the boat close to the villager, and now we can go into the boat as well, and we can move with the villager to our base over the ocean. Now here we are at our base, and we're gonna put our villager into our tower. If we make it, here we go. Let's try this one more time. Boats are not the easiest to move in, and we jump out of. And once we are out of the boat, we need to close down the wall behind the villager so he cannot escape. And then I hope he's gonna link up with our bed upstairs. Here we go. The villager is out. Let's hope he will be able, here we go, get out of the water. So now let's hope the villager will come upstairs and link with this bed up here, and it's raining. Beautiful. So our villager has made it to the top where he's sleeping right now in his bed, which he connected to, and as always, villagers sleep with their eyes open. And again, we need to make sure there is enough light in here so we have no mobs spawning. So let's wait until it's morning time. Crouch. And then we will work on turning our friend here into a mending villager. Alright, it's morning time. So, and now let's get working. So all we have to do is place our lectern anywhere. Preferably right here where you are standing. And our villager should be turning. Here we go. He's turned into a librarian. And by right-clicking onto our librarian, we can see what kind of trade he has. So here we go. He's trading bookshelves, which is not what we want. We want him to trade an enchanted mending book. To do this, we need to break our lectern, and we have to replace the lectern. Here we go. Next trade, Infinity, which is also a really good trade. Really good price. But today we are looking at mending. So we're going to keep going and we're going to keep doing this. Here we go. Bookshelves again. So Fortune 1. Here we go, Mending. So this was really fast, and I think it's a good price, 12 emerald. Usually, this exercise could take you hours. And I've done it before, where it took me like 2 hours to get this done, and I feel like this is our lucky world. We found diamonds really fast and easy in this world, and we found now a mending villager with only working on this for a couple minutes. So, like I said, this was really easy. don't be used to this. It takes you hours. Now, our mending villager is trading us 12 emeralds and 1 book for 1 mending book. Okay, so we need to get books, which we are working on. We have our cow farm and we have some sugar canes growing outside, but now we need emeralds. And a good way to find emeralds is trading as well. So for me today, we did build a second lectern, and we'll find a second villager that we're gonna turn into a librarian that will trade us paper. So all the sugarcane we are collecting in the future, we can turn into paper and then trade with a villager. So here we go. He's gonna trade paper for emeralds. And now all we need is paper. And maybe we need to get back home before it gets too dark. We have been busy, we've been making paper, and now it's time to trade for emeralds. Here we go. Here we go, we got 14 emeralds, and we'll come back later with some more paper, but this will be enough for our first mending book. Here we go, we are at our mending villager, 12 emeralds, 1 book for mending. This is an amazing trade, really low. I don't think you can go lower than 12, except if he would turn him into a zombie villager and cure him, then you can maybe go down to a lower trade. So let's trade with him. As soon as we trade the first time, his trade will be locked in and he will be our mending villager forever. Now here we go, our first mending book as well. We got XP and now we can trade more with him, but for that we need to do some more trading with the other villages to get some more emeralds. So let's go on to that. We need many more mending books to make sure all our tools and all our weapons will be able to get mending. And we are back and we have spent some time with the other villages doing lots of emerald trading. We also got some books, and let's see how many mending books we can get. Here we go, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 mending books, and 1 more, making it 8 that I traded earlier. And I think this is pretty good to begin with. At some point, your mending will stop trading and there will be a cooldown period where you have to wait until he trades again. But right now, we are good and we are ready to add mending to our weapons and tools. Okay. We are back at our XP farm and enchantment setup. We are back at our XP farm and enchantment setup. We are back at our XP farm and enchantment setup, and now it's time to add mending to our first tool. And the first tool will be our pickaxe, which has fortune on it. We are back at our XP farm and our enchantment setup, and now it's time to add our first mending to our first tool. To do that, we are going onto our anvil and we're going to add the tool that we like to add mending to. So this one is my fortune 3, unbreaking 3, and efficiency 5, which is a really good pickaxe. And now we're going to add the mending enchantment, which will cost us 5 XP, which we have enough because we are getting XP every time we are trading with villagers as well. So here we go. Now, this pickaxe has mending on it. Let's try it out and let's repair our first pickaxe. Now we can hold this mending pickaxe in our offhand and we can just use our sword. And all the XP will go into our pickaxe. You can see the pickaxe move on the left side every time we get XP. And this repairs our pickaxe. And we can do that with everything. We also can repair our tools by using them in our regular hand. So for example, if I just hold my mending pickaxe, which is a great name by the way. So I still touch those ores. If I break them, I will get XP and the XP will go into our mending pickaxe. And my pickaxe will repair itself. So this is really good when you have mending on a sword. If you go and kill some mobs, the XP will repair your sword and your sword will never break. Well, Minecrafters, we've been working busy here. Well, Minecrafters, we have been working busy here. Welcome Minecrafters, we have been busy here, and many skeletons later we were able to enchant most of our tools and our weapons, and we have some good enchantments here. All of them have mending on them, so my sword has sharpness 5, looting 2, knockback. So this is a good sword, but we definitely want to get some better enchantment on this later. And then of course we have our very efficient pickaxe with efficiency 5 and fortune 3, mending, unbreaking, and then a good shovel with fortune 3 and unbreaking, mending, and efficiency 5 as well. And then our axe here with fortune 3, efficiency 4, unbreaking, and mending. So there's some opportunities to get them better, especially our bow. And yeah, we're gonna work on our armor next to get some enchantments on there. Of course, we need to get more XP for this, but let's talk about some important enchantments that we need. For example, in our helmet, we do need respiration, which will help us breathe underwater, and we're gonna need, which we don't have on here, aqua affinity, which will help us be mining underwater. You may notice that when we are mining underwater, it's a little bit slower, but if we have aqua affinity on our helmet, we can actually mine the same speed as we would out of the water. Now for our boots, we would like to get some sort of feather falling, which is helping us when we are falling. Of course, we will fall a little bit slower. The higher the feather falling enchantment is, the slower you will fall. And we do want to have some fire protection at some point at some of our armor, which will help us in case we fall into lava. We can survive a little bit longer, because falling into lava is probably the worst way to go, because you will lose all your equipment, all your enchanted tools and weapons, and we don't want to do that. So fellow Minecrafters, I think this is it. The end of our episode 5. I think we learned a lot about mending the day. I hope you learned something new today, and if you did, please leave a like below, and as always, if you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, please do so to ensure you don't miss anything. And as we have noticed, I used quite a bit of diamonds today, so we are off between today's episode and the next episode doing some more mining and finding more diamonds, hopefully. In our next episode, we are going to the Nether. We'll learn how to build a Nether gate, how to align Nether gates. We'll start on our Nether base, and we'll learn how to find some Netherite, which we're going to use to even further improve our weapons and tools. And this is it. As always, my name is Monday, and this is Let's Survive Minecraft, and we'll see you next time. Well, Minecrafters, thank you for watching all the way to the end, and as I mentioned at the beginning, I would really like to find an abandoned mineshaft, and it looks like this one is coming with an enderman. So I am heading into the abandoned mineshaft, and hopefully we'll find some glowberries that will be great to use in our XP farm cave. So I will be heading in, and we'll see you in episode 6.